Hunting, a traditional pastime and mode of survival for proud, patriotic Canadians. But did you know there might be communist Antifa members hunting you on Facebook? These so-called anti-fascists comb through your social media posts, trying to find out your name, where you live or work, in an effort to publicly shame you, smear your reputation, or get you fired. All because you shared an opinion that they think is wrong. One organization is the Canadian Anti-Hate Network that's received $500,000 in government funding this year alone, and it's on the front lines of hunting the so-called far right.
We are very proudly anti-fascist and we focus on the far right.
Do you oppose the gender ideology in schools, criticize mass immigration, or have some choice words for Justin Trudeau? Well, that could be enough to make you a target. Not only do the people behind this organization want to pass Bill C-63, where they can arrest and censor you for your online posts, but they've also pushed for legislation to prevent you from getting your PAL, your firearms license, or straight up taking your guns away because of your political opinion.
To prevent individuals from receiving firearms licenses if they associate with extremist hate groups. Further, we support measures which make it possible, in the interest of public safety, for the Chief Firearms Officer to take weapons out of the hands of individuals espousing overt racism and support for violence.
This is Bernie Farber, the former chair of the Canadian Anti-Hate Network. And folks, these anti-fascists cast a very wide net anytime they say someone is racist or extreme. I mean, based on someone like Bernie, I wouldn't be surprised if he thinks simply owning a firearm is enough to consider you a violent extremist. Don't believe me? Well, here he is describing the Freedom Trucker Convoy in Ottawa that we all know was against vaccine mandates.
This so-called convoy actually seeded the ground, in my opinion, for the worst display of Nazi and racist propaganda that I have ever seen in this country.
He also basically says that conspiracy theories kill?
COVID conspiracy theories, the Great Replacement conspiracy theories, they kill. They kill.
These are the so-called hate experts in Canada. They act neurotic and unhinged, but they get quoted in the mainstream media because they're part of a government-funded organization, the Canadian Anti-Hate Network. But the question is, who's going to stop these people? Well, if you're a gun owner, you should know that one of the people targeted by the Canadian Anti-Hate Network was Tracy Wilson of the CCFR, the Canadian Coalition for Firearms Rights. To give you an example of just how politically biased and petty these people are, one board member scoured Tracy Wilson's Facebook page from top to bottom and said that because Tracy liked Lauren Southern on Facebook, a center-right political content creator, well, now obviously that must mean Tracy is a dangerous white supremacist. Yes, really, I know it's absurd, but I wouldn't be surprised if these government-funded Antifa-aligned communists are using this absurd logic to make lists of people like you and me and Tracy already. And unfortunately, they are already proven to be effective at smearing legitimate protest movements in Canada. And that hurts the credibility of people like you and me in the eyes of the public. Back in 2019, the Canadian Anti-Hate Network smeared the United We Roll trucker convoy that descended upon Ottawa. They did this by spying on supporters of the protest, compiling their social media posts to smear the protest and its supporters in the mainstream news. And of course, we all saw the exact same thing happen during the trucker convoy of 2022, except this time they were miraculously classified as terrorists who deserve to be beaten in the street and have their bank accounts frozen. And did the liars and smear merchants from the Canadian Anti-Hate Network and Justin Trudeau's government face any consequences for this? No, they still get funding and they still have support for their project to hunt down the far right. So if you're a gun owner or you proudly fly a F Trudeau flag, I hope you're listening. I started SafeFreeSpeech.ca to stop Bill C-63, educate people on what's in it, and to start fighting back against groups like the Canadian Anti-Hate Network and Justin Trudeau's smear merchants. If you want to help us out in this fight, you can support our upcoming documentary exposing these groups and individuals. Because when it comes to communist anti-fascists hunting you down online, it's about time that the hunters become the hunted. It's time for us to go on the offense. To support the documentary, please visit givesendgo.com/SaveFreeSpeech. Thanks for watching and thanks for your support.